I love it. Absolutely nice.
Hey y'all, so my girl is headed to Thailand and she requested for a flip over sew-in. So I'll just be showing you a few techniques to add to your flip over sew-in process. Clients with thinner edges often worry about how a flip over will lay without having to leave too much of their natural hair out. This is why it's important to ask questions like, do you want it to stay in one direction? Do you want more versatility in X, Y, and Z? Because it's never really good to just do what you want to do, but ask each individual client what they prefer. Never assume, always ask questions, very detailed. So here I'm just parting out her leave out across her front from ear to ear. I did ask her how she wanted it. She wanted a little bit of versatility, so we're leaving enough out, not too much out, but enough to still cover nicely, and so she can kind of play with her flip over sew-in. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to know what questions I ask a client when doing a sew-in. So as you can see, my part is not straight across, but I always go to the hairline of the individual client. Now for the braid down, I'm doing the slightly quicker method. I'll be taking a braid from the beginning of the curve up top to the right, and I will end it at the bottom on the right side. Let me show you. For our second anchor braid, we're going to do the same thing, but the opposite side. So we're going to start on the top left where that curve is, and we're going to end on the bottom left. But we're going to connect the end of that braid that's ending on the right to that braid as we're braiding. And the rest of the braids will simply be going down and anchored up into the next braid shown here. Or you can simply braid the hair into a beehive, very fine and very small and very neat. For a flip over, I like to use a sewing net, so I'm able to get the tracks close enough and so that it really lays seamless. And even if it doesn't cover the whole head, I'm sure to get it across that front and top part of the head. And now we're ready to sew. So this is key. Listen and watch closely. This first track is going to go around the perimeter, leaving 2 to 3 inches across the front anchor braid. But it's how you take the thread through the track and through the braid during this method that truly makes it lay to perfection. So you've already either wrapped the thread around or through 2 or 3 times, and now you're going to go through the braid, but come out of the bottom of the braid and take it through the track just like that, ending with the thread coming between to make a loop just like this. But you're going to repeat this, but you're not going to take the thread through like a loop. It's just going to come out on the other end. So be sure you throw that thread on the other side, and it's just coming straight through just like this. Okay, now pay attention. This next step, you're going to go through the track, but you're going to insert it under the braid, and it's going to come out in the middle of the braid, and you're not going to loop it. It's just going to go straight through just like this. So it'll look like the thread is going straight across at the weft of the track. Now the thread has come out in the middle of the braid. We're going to take it through the middle, come out the bottom of the braid, and then through the track. We're easily going to repeat this process so many times around the entire anchor braid until we reach the other end. Look very closely. We've exited at the weft. Now we're going to go in at the weft, up under the braid, out in the center. And we're just going to keep repeating and pull it straight through. Now you have that thread across at the weft. Now we're going to go in through the center, out, up under, and through the weft. And pull it straight through. We're literally just going to keep repeating this step. And this is how we get it so seamless and kind of to cover the braid when it comes to all the flipping and the activities that we're doing with it. Also, too, though, you want to be careful with the tension of pulling it back and all of those sorts of things. I always say when my clients go to sleep, be sure that you're letting it breathe and be loose, and it's not like put back in a ponytail or anything of that nature. But let me show you why this is a key step with the flip over sew-in. Imagine running your fingers through your hair and you don't see a track or a braid. That is what we want with our flip over sew-in. So again, this tutorial is not step by step, but just key things so that you can add to your already processed method and technique of your flip over sew-in. Here you can see the 1 to 3 inch space of the anchor track, and we're just going to leave this area here within my fingers. We're going to leave this area open no matter how we are curving our tracks going forward. Now it isn't videoed. I did probably do about 4 or 5 tracks going straight across at the occipital area, but again, around the perimeter we do have this seamless sewing method if you took it all the way around with that anchor track. And then I doubled up with 2 rows, curving all the way close to the beginning and end of that anchor track as you saw in the top. So pretty much throughout this method, I'll just be going back and forth between curving tracks and going straight across. My next one may be curved, and the next 2 or 3 may go straight across. Now I just want to show you as we begin to close out up top. I may take them straight across, but I'm going to curve that last track around that opening up top as shown here. Then I'll do 2 to 3 tracks going vertical on each side, while the remaining tracks will slightly curve but mainly go straight across for the rest of our install. This is why the net is so clutch, because we're able to place the tracks close together and in places that the braids are not. I'm always sure to show my client exactly how they can play with their install. We decide exactly how we are going to style the install before leaving today, and I allow them to just play with it so they're comfortable with it and just see what a flip over can really do. I absolutely love this install, okay? Please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more. Thank you so much for watching.
My birthday.
It's your birthday. Hey. Okay.
Yes, I love it.
Where's your hair from?
Seductive Bundles. It's soft, it's full. I love it.
Absolutely.